Hello and welcome back to my wonderful world of repurposing old wedding dresses. Today we're going to look at using sandpaper on a satin bridal gown to turn it into suedette. If you have an old satin wedding dress tucked away in your loft, you might just be able to chop off the bottom, turn it into suedette using some sandpaper, chuck it in a dye bath if you want to change the colour, and make it into another garment like a bomber jacket that you might actually wear. Now, first things first, why on earth would you use sandpaper on a beautiful wedding dress? Well, bridal gowns tend to only be worn once, and one of the reasons is that the fabric itself is very bridal. So in some instances, even if you transform it into a different garment, you may end up with a garment that looks like it's been made from wedding dress fabric. So by using sandpaper on a satin, you can turn it into a beautiful, soft, very versatile fabric, which is suedette. This simple method is really fun, really easy, and it turns the fabric into something that's less formal and much more versatile and easy to wear. Let's get started. The dress I used was this long satin fishtail dress with a very long train. So I started by cutting off the bottom because I could see if the dress was shorter, it would probably be more wearable after the wedding. I took the off-cut train and used a synthetic dye called Repurpose to change the colour. I went through my usual method of washing the train first and then keeping the fabric moving in the hot dye bath. The next step was to test the sandpaper on the dyed fabric. So this is a little demo of me doing that, and I'll show you more about how I did this later in the video. The sandpaper I used was 180 coarseness, but you could just try whatever you have in the garage. You have to be quite firm, but it's not difficult. The sandpapered effect looks great and feels just lovely and soft to the touch. The other bits I used to make the jacket were this ribbed jersey edging, which you can buy online or from a haberdashery. I self-drafted a pattern for the jacket, but you can just buy a paper pattern, and it tells you how much of the ribbed edging to use and how to insert it. I also wanted to add a slogan to the jacket, so I used this Satin Bond product, which again you can buy easily online. It's a double-sided iron-on interfacing. So I ironed it on first to the satin and then cut out the letters once I'd worked out what I wanted them to say, and then carefully ironed them onto the jacket. It all comes with instructions, so it's pretty easy to use. There are lots of different kinds of satin, so I wanted to make sure that whatever kind of satin you have in your dress, this sandpaper method will work. So I tested it on a variety of different kinds of satin, from a very floppy crepe satin to a Duchess satin and lots in between. I tried silk, I tried polyester. Happily, I discovered whichever of the satins I used, it still worked beautifully. The effect was different, so on some of the satins it was very fluffy and the effect from the sandpaper was really very textured, and on others, particularly on the silks, I found that the texture was very smooth, very soft, and not quite so textured. It was a lot more subtle, and it was very beautiful. Until you do a test patch, you're not really going to know how the sandpaper is going to affect the satin of your particular dress. So I would highly recommend that you take a little patch from your dress, maybe a little bit off the train if you're going to chop the train off anyway, and just do a test like I have. You do not want to take a piece of sandpaper and get a huge snag right across the middle of your dress. So test it first. These are the various satins I tried, and these are the results after I'd sandpapered them. Let's have a look at a couple of them as I do them so you can see in more detail how the satin reacted to being sandpapered. I used a tailor's ham for the job and also my trusty pins on their magnetic pin holder. The first satin was a Duchess satin, which is fairly stiff. I started by pinning the test patch onto the ham and then started with the sandpaper. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment if you like this sort of soft texture. Now the next satin was more of a floppy crepe satin. It's very, very drapey and the weave is a bit looser. So again, I pinned it to the ham, and when I started with the sandpaper, the results were almost instant. It looked slightly like a kind of knitwear sort of effect, so you never know how it's going to look, hence the importance of doing a test piece. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And the satin I used for my jacket came from a polyester Duchess satin dress, and I was really pleased with the results. I'll show you in another video how I made the dress that goes with the jacket. Before we wrap up, I'd just like to really encourage you to think about your old wedding dress if it's still tucked away in the loft. It is a wonderful opportunity to get it out, revisit those happy memories and repurpose it into something that you'll wear, not only for your own benefit, but also just the benefit of bringing a garment back into circulation. My final tip is that if you do decide to do something as drastic as using sandpaper on your wedding dress and or dyeing it, that before you do that, you take a tiny piece of your wedding dress, you cut it off and you keep it as a memento. You may in the future want to share that with another member of the family. You might want to turn it into a Christmas bauble, but the effect of dyeing or using sandpaper or a similar sort of method does drastically change your wedding dress. So I would really recommend just keep some of the original fabric in its original form. Do have a look on my channel to see the other videos that I've got with ideas about repurposing your dress, from dyeing it to painting it to turning it into all sorts of different garments. I'd love to know how you get on with your dress, or if you've got any ideas that I haven't covered, leave me a comment and I'll see you next time.